on 98.9 The Flex, the official home of your Dallas Mavericks.
Get him.
I know you hear it. Boo! Boo! Chase this! Chase!
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me.
All night, Chase! It's garbage.
An aerial view of the many buildings making up the skyline of beautiful Houston, Texas. Our broadcast setting tonight. The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Welcome everyone to the broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan and David Aldridge on our sideline. And here's a look at some numbers for Harden.
And guys,
Now it's ended down to David Aldridge standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, guys, we know that
It's tough to stop. You're right, DA. Thank you. A lot of speed out there, Chris. Should be a track meet tonight. You played in a number of systems. Did you prefer a faster game or a slower pace?
Oh, I preferred the fastest game. That's why I love the West Coast play. Now, you got some teams changing that, especially when you look at Milwaukee and Toronto. They play like West Coast teams, but, I love the West Coast style of play, and I love playing fast. It's a lot more fun for everyone.
Making some changes. Cephalosha comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Gerald Green in for Danuel House. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Lee comes in for Maxi Kleber. And Chase subbed in for Wright. So here's Westbrook. 29 points for him last game against the Clippers. To end the cold streak, it's rebounded by Doncic. Doncic has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
and on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Well, this is what you love about Shea. He can rise and fire. I mean, he can also hurt you by putting the ball on the floor.
Harden against Lee. And that one goes long.
This quarter has been hit or miss for him. Mostly miss.
Feeds it to Powell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. They get Russell Westbrook.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Dallas shooting their first free throws of the game.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for the Rockets. Rivers comes in for Russell Westbrook. And then for Dallas, Murray's checked in for Jackson. And Barea subbed in for Luka Doncic. Offensive rebound. Chandler's shot, good.
I wouldn't want to be the guy who has to keep him off the boards. He is a beast on the offensive glass.
Barea, the pass to Lee. Powell with it. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. It's stolen by Green. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way.
Now, Kevin, that's a big part of Green's identity, getting to the rim and throwing it down. That's the first thing people mention when they're talking about it.
Harden against Allen. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Well, you have to applaud Shea for doing what he feels is right. I heard that, Greg, after a recent game, he made sure to spend time with his fans.
And that is something that you don't see enough of from the young rookies coming into the league. Glad to hear that Shea remembers that ultimately it is all about the fans.
One of the best finishers inside, period. I mean, there's nowhere on the floor Harden can't score from. Well, the Houston Rockets, not exactly a balanced offense. I mean, they lean so heavily on James, but you can't argue with the results.
And see Webb with the Rockets offense. The numbers speak for themselves.
Well, yeah, Kevin, I mean, they had the second best offensive rating last season. I mean, they rely on isolations, threes, and free throws, but it gets the job done for them. I wonder, though, just how far this approach can take them.
Three-pointer. Houston gets it back. Chandler kicks to Rivers. Passes it to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. A floater. Rivers can't get it to go.
The D making that layup look very uncomfortable for him. Good aggressive work down low.
Allen, that's good.
A nice rhythm on that play. Getting Che a good look within the flow of the offense.
Rivers against Barea. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
A free throw drops for Rivers. And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level 6th man for the rest of his career.
Rockets trailed by 7. Back to Harden. There's the pass to Cephalosha. Down low. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist from Cephalosha. And it's 6 points for James Harden. Allen passes to Barea. Oh, that's blocked. Now Rivers. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Pass to Cephalosha. Goes up the baseline. Barea pulls it in.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. He's trying to force something that's rarely a good idea.
Harden against Allen. Right side, Green. Over Lee. And Green gets it to go.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Powell in the high post. Shea passes to Powell. Shea inside. Guarded by Harden.
And how about the basketball IQ of Chandler? Just knows exactly when to sky and commit to blocking shots.
It's Allen on the wing. Harden with the defensive effort. Rockets trailed by 5. Here's Rivers. And the wide open shot from Green. It's good from long range. Green's got 7.
There is the unselfishness that coaches love so much. Rivers doing a great job getting it to the open man.
Buries it from 3-point range.
Some players might wear down during this kind of run. He's only getting stronger.
And here's Harden. He's coming off a 22-point game against the Clippers in Los Angeles.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. The Mavericks on top, leading by 5. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. Russell Westbrook is surly disposition on the court, but he talks about the power of positivity with his team.
Throughout the years, I've been trying to find ways to be better.
Well, you can't win it alone.
And for superstar players like Westbrook, individual greatness isn't enough. It's about elevating the team around them.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
You got to credit their defense. Communicating, rotating, making making plays on the ball.
And no question, it's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the floor right now for the Mavericks, Curry is out there with Murray. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's Dwight Powell. And it's Shea in at the shooting guard. Here is House. Guarded by Curry. Here's Rivers from deep. Green. The shot will not fall. And it's Dallas the other way.
And they continue to control the glass.
Shea's shot is off. Rockets trail by 7. Rivers with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. Rivers finds Green. Over Allen. Green, no luck. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. The shot by Curry, no good. Here is House. By Shea, and he gets the bucket. House has got his first points of the game.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Here's Shea. Dallas again missing. For Houston, they've gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. It's Rivers on the wing. He gets that one.
These buckets help Rivers get going. The defense can't allow him to get comfortable from there.
Dallas leading by 3. Now here's Allen. He's got 13. Murray kicks to Curry. Kicks it out to Shea. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop. Well, Mike D'Antoni is a legendary coach in this game. He's found success at almost every stop he's coached at, only missing the title to cement his legacy. Playing him tough inside and preventing the layup, that'll get the whole team pumped up.
Banked in off the glass. Allen's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, it's been this way for most of the night. Shea displaying the vast arsenal on the offensive end.
And with Mike D'Antoni, Chris, you can see his influence as a coach throughout the NBA.
Yeah, a lot of modern offenses borrow from things D'Antoni created. The up-tempo early offense is a product of his 7 seconds or less era. I mean, his imprint is all over the NBA.
Hits it from 3-point range.
But showing how big an asset he is to this team. Shea helps them space the floor night in and night out.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella. It's Rivers on the wing, guarded by Barea. In the corner, Harden, pass to Tucker. Houston moving it around. And they take the lead. Cephalosha's got the lead up to 2 now for Houston.
And since the first quarter, we've seen them ease off on that long-range affair. And frankly, that's probably a good idea.
Shea passes to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, and you love this with Shea, the ability to see the whole floor and find the open man.
Rivers looking over the floor. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
And it seemed like they couldn't get anything to fall in that opening quarter, but you can just feel the momentum starting to shift.
Passes to Powell from downtown, and there's the foul. It'll go on Lee. That's his first foul. Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Lee. Houston's gone 2 of 4 from 3-point range so far in the second quarter. Rivers kicks to Green. the pass to Harden. Teardrop shot.
He's almost obsessed with drawing contact and getting to the line, and Harden has an endless number of ways to do it.
The Rockets have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line. Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Doncic dishes to Allen. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And really a good job of getting to the line in that first quarter. Hasn't been doing that as much here in the second.
So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the free throw line.
He struggled mightily at the free throw line in their last game.
He misses the free throw.
For anyone that feels like summer league doesn't matter, Che is a shining example of why it does. It's part of how he got his shot in this league.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the 2-hand slam. And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Rockets lead by 3. And a chance now to send.
Thanks, Tyson. Looks like 2 different teams after the loss. What's the difference?
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much. Making some changes. Green, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Gordon comes in for James Harden. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Then for the Mavericks, Allen comes in for Marjanovic. And Barea subbed in for DeLon Wright. Shot is good, and the Mavericks lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Rivers.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Rivers and Gordon make the backcourt. Then there's Gerald Green. Then it's Clint Capella. And it's House in at the power forward position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. 5 on the clock. Barea, the pass to Che. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon the last few seasons has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
Gordon against Allen. Here is Barea. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Allen passes to Jackson. And he makes that one. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
Now, but sometimes you don't need a haymaker, just a jab. You got to get those easy looks inside.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. And the foul called on Shea. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rivers with it. He's got 8. Shot clock at 6. Lays it up and banks it in. Rivers has got the game tied up here for the Rockets.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one's on Eric Gordon.
Oh, that's just fearless in his approach. I love seeing Che attack the heart of that defense.
Some great ball handling in this game. Chris, we see it all the time. Of all of them, whose crossover impresses you the most right now?
Oh, right now, okay. Man, you got to go out to wherever Kyrie Irving is. First of all, his handles are
great
just...
handle, right?
Oh, his handles are sick. Don't forget about Curry, because Curry can shoot so well. Sometimes we sleep on his handles. And John Wall with his speed, there's no way you can stop John Wall coming full speed at you. He can cross you over left and right or right without even blinking, and you'll just be standing still, stuck, not even realizing he laid the ball up past you already.
Now Barea. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And here's Che outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Houston the other way now. They'll be playing host to Miami for the next game. They'll find themselves in the middle of this string of 3 straight at home. And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Jackson gets the bucket.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Rivers finds Green. They grab the wrong miss. And the dunk by Capella.
Yeah, Kevin, I love the high activity Capella brings. Someone that really brings it on the offensive glass.
The Rockets have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well.
And they've been ordinary on the season as well, just about 75% from the line.
Well, to me, Clint Capella is a classic center. I mean, I love his hands. Great footwork. I mean, he takes what is given to him. He plays inside, protects the rim. And if you throw it up, he'll finish it with authority.
Doncic against Green. Basket good. Doncic has got 6 points in the quarter.
This system is set up perfectly for him today. I mean, it's allowing him to find a lot of good shots.
And here's Gordon. He's got 5. For the lead, it's off. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. It's Dallas up by 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. They've got J.J. Barea, Luka Doncic up there with Jackson. Then it's Che. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5. Home in the paint. And it's Gordon missing.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
And he knocks down the first one. Jackson hits both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Rockets trail by 4. Rivers kicks to Gordon. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Che. Chris, as we know, the season began a year ago for Eric Gordon with some poor shooting numbers. Then, halfway through, he blossomed.
Yeah, Kevin, and as you know, he kept focusing all year. He just kept shooting. And he got better and better and better. His confidence wasn't shaken by it. He still took a ton of threes, and then down the stretch, they started dropping. And you know what he did when that started happening? Driving to the hole because the defense had to respect his shot.
Here's Allen, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Oh, he put the ball on the deck, didn't he? And he created offense. Che draws the foul and gets to go to the line.
And Allen drops them both. The Rockets trail. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. A nice shot by Rivers.
And how about the handles of Rivers, showing how skilled he is at creating for himself.
Here's Che. The Rockets pull it in. House has got 4 rebounds in this game. Gordon up on top. Guarded by Jackson. Gordon, the pass to Rivers. Back to Gordon. 5 to shoot over Jackson, and it's Gordon missing.
Well, until he starts knocking down some shots, I don't think the deficit's going to get any smaller.
With the shot, and Jackson with the basket on the assist by Doncic. Jackson's got 11 points here in just the second half. Rockets trailed by 5. Right side, Gordon. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Tuesday, they'll be facing Kawhi Leonard and the Los Angeles Clippers. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Devin Booker and the Phoenix Suns.
And looking at the schedule, it isn't ideal in terms of the upcoming games with the amount of quality teams they're going to be playing, but it's also a good chance for you to get some confidence and really see just how good you are.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Gerald Green. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. And now Westbrook pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Allen passes to Marjanovic. Back to Allen. Pass to Marjanovic. Puts up a 3. Allen's shot is off.
Can't quite find his three-point touch in the second half yet. He had 2 in the first half, but still none since the break. Not his best day from three-point range. I mean, just 1 in the first half and still looking for his first here in half number 2.
Back to Doncic. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
That's an unforced error that will drive a coach crazy. Got to play heads up.
On the wing, Doncic. Trying to find Marjanovic. Gets it over to him.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. 9-point game. Harden right side. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Luka Doncic.
And sometimes I feel like people don't truly appreciate the greatness of what James Harden does. He's one of the toughest guys to check on the fast break. He has one of the best Euro steps in the game, the best footwork in the game. He'll hit you in the head for deep. You can't check him without fouling him. The precision of his movements, the ease in which he scores. Come on, man.
Now, here's Marjanovic. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Kleba. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. As you said, C-Webb, what Harden has been doing the last few years is truly remarkable.
Yeah, Kevin, and it's funny because when you are achieving greatness and critics try to diminish what you're doing, it's just funny to me. Harden is one of the great guards of all time, no matter how you slice it.
And he sinks the second. Mavericks leading by 6. Allen for the 3. Here's Marjanovic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And one difference this half is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Harden kicks to House. Back to Harden. There's the 3. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And all those second chance points have given them a boost here in the second half, and that's a great way to cut into the lead.
Here's Shea, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Shea's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, now 1 of 4 here in the fourth quarter.
Doncic against Harden. Harden draws the double. Pass to Tucker. And the rejection by Marjanovic. To the middle. That's good from Allen on the assist by Doncic. And now a 10-point Maverick lead.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Here's Westbrook, and he banks in the layup.
And it's the fearlessness of Westbrook. It's really refreshing to watch. When he's deep inside, he just goes right at you.
And the Mavericks call time here. And with the fourth quarter push coming up here, the coach going over the game plan and these players rehydrating themselves with Gatorade, recharging their bodies, refocusing their minds, and getting that strategy down to close out the game. And a chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Luka Doncic.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
He's really seemed to feed off the hostile environment he's been faced with tonight.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, we all know Che's a tricky cover. He can beat you and draw contact in so many different ways.
That free throw, no good.
And he's letting a lot of points get away at the free throw line tonight. It's got to be frustrating to have all that hard work not pay off.
Rockets trailed by 9. Harden surveying the D. And there it is for him. Harden's got 7 now in this quarter.
And what concentration from the veteran. Harden is awesome at keeping his focus.
It's Allen on the wing. He's covered by Westbrook. Marjanovic passes to Che. It's outside. Back to Allen. From deep three-point range. And Doncic is right there. And the Mavericks lead by 9.
And you want more of this from Doncic. He's good at reading shot trajectories. Love his aggressiveness.
Westbrook against Allen. Harden inside the three-point line. Kleba with the rebound. Kleba's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Allen. And the layup's good off the glass. Shea's got the lead up to 11 now for Dallas.
Well, this is what we've come to expect from Shea. Aggressive move doing damage.
Harden against Doncic. But they recover it.
That's made a huge difference in this game, if you ask me. Their offensive rebounding has been sensational.
Mavericks leading by 11.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Mavericks.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Luka Doncic.
He did it all tonight, making an impact with more than just his scoring. How about the fact that he got a triple-double?
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Houston with a big group substitution here. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Nene comes in for P.J. Tucker. McLemore's checked in for Danuel House. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. Dwight Powell's checked in for Dallas. Murray comes in for Justin Jackson. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for Houston. They trail by 16. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Another miss by Houston. Here's Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Shea's got 39.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Free throw good, James Harden.
You know, there's one award that Harden has won. I think you can pretty much say for sure he'll never win again, and that's Sixth Man of the Year. It's hard to believe there was ever a time this man wasn't a starter.
Here's Allen. Can't connect from 13 feet out. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg, in enemy territory, no less.
And that's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.